Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I kind of just want to talk about like being an adult and being self-sufficient and money and life changes because that's all shit that I'm kind of thinking a lot about lately. And honestly, this is my first year I've ever been like completely self-reliant, don't have roommates, don't have a partner, don't have anybody helping me financially. And it is scary, you know what I mean? And I'm sure like my family would help me if I needed them to. Like, say there was an emergency, they would definitely help me, which I'm very grateful for. I know not everybody's family can do that shit, so I am blessed in that way. But I don't want that. Obviously, like even when I first moved into my apartment, like my family wanted to help. My dad was like, "We want to give you money. We want to help you." My mom, she was trying to give me money. Like 2024 was a fucking journey, dude. I feel like I learned so much and I went through so much. And I made a video talking about how I'm excited for 2025, but that also is scary. Like, I'm excited for the growth and the changes, but also the growth and the changes are scary as shit. You know what I mean? Like, being an adult is not easy. The next few months, I'm gonna be going through changes, and I am kind of terrified, honestly. And like, I've always been someone who wants to just stay in my fucking comfort zone, like fucking turtle up, be like, I'm fine, I don't need any changes, but I also don't want to get stuck. And I think a big part of that is like my life right now is okay. Like I could live like this forever and like survive and be fine, but it's also like I really want to grow and I also want to give myself the best life possible and like the most growth possible. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that I have that mindset because some people just get stuck and I really don't want to get stuck, right? And my lease is up next month and I really want to move. I want to live in a better area. I want to make new connections. I want to explore new places and get a nicer place. Honestly, I got this kind of shitty apartment right after my breakup, and it was just like the cheapest I could find because I was really scared about money. And I had only like a few $1,000s to my name. This place, it smells like smoke. I don't have a washer and dryer. I don't have a dishwasher. The counters are really low. It's like kind of dated. My neighbors are all a little crazy. The shower leaks, there's like water damage. I've really just adapted to it all. And I don't know, I just feel like I have the means to give myself more quality of life changes. And so I've been looking at apartments. Like tomorrow, I think I'm gonna tour some. I feel like I have this weird, guilty, unhealthy relationship with money. Like I don't deserve nice things. And for some reason lately, I've been really stressed out about money, even though I have found out that I'm like fine. Um, like I will say this is the first year of my life I've ever had savings and I'm so grateful. I think the most I've ever had in my savings account in the past was maybe like $2,000. I'm very grateful that I am in like a comfortable place financially, but I have such a strange relationship with money. Like it doesn't feel any different. I still worry about money and I'm not very smart with money and I kind of just I will spend money and like worry about it later. And I've tried to make the habit of like checking my bank account every day just to like know that there's money there, see what I've done. I've just had this weird anxiety lately like creeping up on me of like what are you doing? And like I'm not smart with money. And so I decided to make a budget. And last night I just wrote down all my expenses. I wrote down my forms of income and I will say I did kind of breathe a sigh of relief because I am fine. Like I honestly make more money than I spend, which is great. I have this fear, I think, that like all my money will be gone one day because I've been at a point where like I didn't even have enough money to put like gas in my car. Like I remember going to the gas station on my way to work and I think I had $50 in my bank account and the gas pump needs like $100 to even let you use it, and so the gas pump wouldn't even let me pump gas. I had to find like a few dollars in my console, take it inside, and like that was how I got to work that day. Even when I had money, even in my relationship, when my partner was so successful and we were kind of sharing bank accounts and like I was also making money, I still felt like I don't deserve things. And we used to like tour houses and stuff because we used to want to buy a house back when I was in my relationship. I remember we toured this really nice house. It literally felt like a celebrity would live there. And I was just like, there's no way I could live here. I was like, I don't deserve this. It doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel comfortable. And maybe that was part of it, was like the vibe was like too fancy, right? I've always been someone who wants more of like a cozy, homey feeling. But yeah, I really want to like let go of that. I want to let myself feel like I deserve nice things, you know? And maybe part of it also is like a people pleaser thing. Like I've always been a people pleaser. I put others before me, and I don't even know how to put myself first. And so maybe that comes to money as well. Like I'm trying to put myself first and be like, this is my money and I can do what I want with it and I'm fine. And you need to stop being so anxious about it. My parents taught me to fucking work like when I was younger. I know I will always be fine. I guess another thing that adds to anxiety is the fact that I'm like self-employed, right? Like doing YouTube and Patreon full time for the last few years, and then this year doing OnlyFans, right? Which has been very rewarding, like financially, and I honestly do enjoy it. I keep clapping fucking shit. The thing is like your money on every platform fluctuates because obviously different amount of views, different amount of subscribers or people paying. And it changes, and sometimes when the number starts to dip or whatever, you start to feel like, what if it doesn't stop? Like, what if it keeps going down? You know, and obviously, like, my year has been consistent. I will say, like, I looked at my analytics and shit, and I'm like, my year this year has been consistent financially, and that's a blessing, right? But I will say this year, I'm also kind of open to new opportunities of, like, income, if that makes sense. Like, I still want to make content. I'll probably always do that, but, I don't know, just I've been thinking like in the future, what do I actually really want to do? Like long term, do I want to stay on fucking OnlyFans? Want to just continue doing like social media content? Like I have companies reaching out all the time for like brand deals and shit, and I just never accept them just because I've never really been like a money driven, money hungry person. I'm more so like if I have money to pay my bills and some extra money to like have fun with, like I'm fine. This year I'm kind of like maybe I should get like a side job like just for fun, not that I really need it, or I could just focus more time and energy on my platforms. Like I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Yeah, I wrote down like a list of pros and cons of moving and if I really want to do it, and I think I do. I think I need to, because I don't want to just get comfortable and stuck and whatever. And I worry about like little things. I worry about like, what's it going to be like to move into a new apartment? What if I'm in like a second story or something and we have to like move shit up the elevator and that fucking sucks? You know what I mean? What if when I get groceries, I gotta like haul that shit up an elevator? Like that sucks. Also like spending more money on an apartment. Part of me is scared like, oh, I should just stay here because I'm comfortable here and it's a little cheaper and I could save more money. But you know, I have the means to get a nicer place and have all these changes. Like, why don't I just do it? Also, like, money is meant to be spent. You know, like, there's people who just spend their whole life saving their money and they're just like, one day I'll be able to retire with it or whatever. But it's like, who wants to live like that? Like, who wants to just like hoard their money and not do anything, not go out, not have nice things, you know, just to save it for the future? And just like change in general is very daunting, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like in my life, like every couple of years there's like a big change, and I feel like I've gotten more and more accustomed to change. Like I remember being with my ex, I feel like every couple of years we move apartments, we move to fucking Arizona, like we moved states and we got a house, and like just different changes, moving to different cities. And I think I've just learned that change has always been good, but I can't help the fact that the change of moving into this apartment last year was probably the hardest change I've had in my life. I felt like it was a downgrade in every way. I am by myself. I do not have my dogs anymore. I did not have a partner supporting me. Just kind of like lonely. And I like the first couple nights I'm like, am I safe here? I had a hard time like sleeping. This apartment has been great. It's grown on me. I feel like I've made it my own, but I can't help the fact that this apartment just reminds me of sadness and heartbreak, and I have sad memories here. And I even had like a fucking friends with benefits situation, and he was here all the time too, and now we don't even talk. And so I think about my heartbreak, I think about the friends with benefits like being here and all the memories we had here, and it just feels like I filled my place with sadness, and I'm ready to just like say goodbye to it, and I'm ready for like a new chapter. I know that's stupid, but like I'm an emotional person. I carry like a lot of emotional value, I guess, like, or like nostalgia when it comes to places a lot of the time. Like I've talked about this in the past, but like my gyms or like, you know, places I live, apartments, houses, whatever. Like I hold these weird memories, and I'm really just learning to let go of them, right? And I will hold on to places because of that. I don't want to hold on to the sadness that I had here, right? And I know I shouldn't let that like control me and like how I feel here, but it's hard, you know, just like the amount of times I would cry myself to sleep and like I had my first like depressive episode in this room on this bed. I didn't leave my bed for like basically a week. I felt empty as fuck, and it was really hard. And yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've had like hookups with people who I found out are not good people in this bed. And I can't help it. There's just like weird energy here, right? I need to sage this shit. I don't know. I'm just ready to move the fuck on. I'm like ready to just start packing my shit, honestly. And just, I think that'll almost motivate me. Like, I need to fucking move, you know? Like, it's time. But it is so much work, and the stress of that and the stress of change is always so overwhelming for me. And I love to stay in my comfort zone. I'm trying so hard not to. Yeah, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna start touring some apartments, and I hope that sparks some excitement and, you know, progress on in my life. You know, I hope it's like a new chapter, and, you know, a step towards accepting the fact that I deserve nice shit and I can afford nice shit for myself, and I deserve to be comfortable and have more quality of life changes. Um, I know it might sound dumb, but yeah, I just wanted to like rant about that and money and my weird relationship with money and moving and changes. So since the breakup, me and my ex have become very close again. Like, we are best friends. We hang out all the time. I just got back from his place. Like, we were just hanging out. He was even helping me look for places to live, you know? He's still like my best friend. It's always just been so easy with him. And he got a new job. He's gonna be working for OpenAI, which is like ChatGPT, and I'm really happy for him. He's gonna be making a lot of money. And he's moving to San Francisco. And so I'm really sad, especially if I move out to Phoenix, because if he was still here, we'd probably be hanging out like every day, because he'd be even closer, you know? Yeah, he's taking dogs, and it's gonna be really sad and really hard, because it almost feels like your best friend's leaving now, you know? And I don't know, sometimes I think about the future, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stay here forever. Like, obviously I have family and some friends here now, but for the most part, I'm very independent, and I could live wherever I want. And I don't know where I want to live. I feel like there's so much of the world I haven't fucking seen. And, you know, like, even one of my first ex, he currently lives in Mexico, in like Puerto Vallarta. And he's like, I don't want to live in the States again. And me and him fucking met when we were both living in Utah. And he's been in Puerto Vallarta for like 10 years now or some shit. And I don't know. It's like there's a whole world, right? And I just don't like traveling. And I'm like, I feel like I need to see more places. And, you know, like, I'm coming up on 30, right? Like, I should probably figure out like where I want to settle down one day. Because I do want to settle down eventually and just like stay in one place and have a home. I would love to be a homeowner one day, and just be somewhere that I truly love and have like a good community and feel at peace, and I'm happy with my life and my job, and that's kind of my goal. Like, I just want to have a peaceful life. I feel like I'm wired for peace, you know? I don't always need to be bouncing around, traveling, doing like exotic shit. Like, I'm a homebody for the most part. I'm just ready. So anyways, just wanted to like rant about that. If anybody else has similar thoughts and feelings or advice, let me know. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Thank you for watching. I'm sure if I move, I'll make an apartment tour or something like that. So stay tuned for that shit. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.